Top 12 biggest regrets people have before dying. In a late stage of life, people look back. They've lived a long time and have seen many things. They may have regrets, thoughts and feelings about a certain decision they made in their life, or ways their lives could have been better. But what about the biggest regrets people have before dying? Let's find out. Number 12. I wish I'd had expressed my feelings. Sometimes we are full of feelings and lack of words. Expressing your feelings is a great way to relieve stress and anxiety, and it makes the people around you feel heard and loved. When you don't express yourself, what are you left with? Regrets. And nobody wants that. So make sure you take the time today to let someone know how they make you feel. Number 11. I wish I had lived up to my full potential. Don't we all? And it's not too late, you can start now. The key is to think about what you want, and then go for it. Don't worry what your friends are doing or what your parents say you should do. What do you want? If you have a dream, then chase it. Number 10. I wish I'd lived more in the moment. Wish you could go back in time. Can't. But you can live in the present. We know it's easier said than done, but there's so much to enjoy right now. Maybe do something that you never thought you'd be able to do. Maybe take a risk on love again after a bad breakup. Maybe take up a new hobby like sculpting clay or face painting. Maybe take a vacation, or at least plan one for later this year. Whatever it is, just remember, you only get one chance to live this life, don't spend it wishing you'd lived another way. Number 9. I wish I had faced my fears. We all know a little voice in our heads that whispers, "What if?" and taunts us with our past mistakes. And there's nothing harder than facing the things we've been avoiding. But believe it or not, the moment when you look your fear straight in the eye isn't as scary as you think. In fact, it can be pretty great, even exhilarating. So face that thing you've been putting off, whether it's stop drinking soda, or start taking a walk after dinner. You've got this. Number 8. I wish I had cared less about what other people think. It's hard to care less about what other people think. After all, we're social creatures. We want to feel like we're part of a group. We want our peers and loved ones to understand us and accept us for who we are. But if you find yourself constantly struggling with a need for approval from others, it might be worth trying to figure out where that need comes from, so you can take steps toward giving yourself some space from it. You deserve to live the life you want without being burdened by what other people think. Number 7. I wish I had worked less. You never think it's going to happen to you, do you? But after years of working hard, you're suddenly realizing that maybe all the stress and lack of sleep hasn't been worth it. Maybe your life is actually a mess. Maybe you made a mistake. The thing about workaholics is, they're never satisfied or happy. And the problem is, they just don't see it until it's too late. Working constantly for something you don't passionately care about adds nothing but stress to your life. Even if the passion is there, keep your workload in balance with the rest of your life. Number 6. I wish that I had let myself be happier. I know, another if-only story. But this one's a little different. We all have those paths we wish we could have taken, but if you ask me, the biggest regret people have isn't that they didn't do X or go to Y. It's that they wish they'd let themselves be happier while they had the chance. I'm not saying you should be happy all the time, that's just not realistic. But I am saying that you should find time to be happy when you can and let yourself enjoy the moments that make it worth it. After all, what else are we here for? Number 5. I wish I'd stopped chasing the wrong things. Letting go of the wrong things can be hard. It's scary to think about walking away from something that's been in your life for so long. We get it. As you get older, you realize that there are some things that are just not worth chasing. And other things that are worth letting catch up to you. Number 4. I wish I had stood up for myself. I wish I had stood up for myself when people were gossiping about me, when I was being bullied and teased, and when they said that I would never be able to accomplish my dreams because of my skin color or gender. I wish I had gone after the job that I really wanted, even if it meant taking a risk. Number 3. I wish I had lived my own life. It's a quote from the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. It's his last words. And it's one of those quotes that is just so loaded with meaning, you could spend hours thinking about what it means. But then you'd be dead, and you wouldn't have lived your own life. So instead, spend your time now working on the things you want to accomplish, or even try. The greatest success lies in living your life in your own way. You'll never know what you can achieve if you don't start trying to do it. Number 2. I wish I had forgiven more. This is one of the most common regrets people have when they're nearing the ends of their lives. It's so important to be able to forgive and let go, because grudges are just like a heavy weight that you carry around with you, wearing down your spirit and your quality of life. No one wants to spend their days carrying around that kind of negativity. Imagine instead how happy and free you'd feel if you could just let it all go. Let go of whatever is keeping you from reaching out and start that conversation today. It will be worth it. Life is for living, not for wasting on anger and frustration. You'll be happier, healthier, and able to enjoy things in a way that you never did before. Remember, the first person to drop their ego moves mountains. Number 1. I wish I had spent more time with the people I love. Done. We get it. Life happens fast. And sometimes we lose sight of what's important in the rush of it all, especially when we're so invested in our work and careers. But there is one thing that will cause you to pause, take a step back, and reevaluate your priorities: losing someone you love. When someone close to you passes on, you start to remember all the things you wish you had said or done for them, a phone call, a hug, a thoughtful gift, that you now can't make up for. But here's the thing, there's nothing stopping you from making those memories with your loved ones now. You don't have to wait until it's too late. You can schedule time with the people who mean the most to you today, and put them at the top of your priority list instead of just hoping that life doesn't rush by too quickly and steal their presence away from you before you know it. We hope that this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you there.